Oh, the world, John Henderson Pierre, back again. Another rambling of beer. Looking at Budweiser Select. Introduced in 2005. This is their introduction of a low calorie light beer. And I remember this like it was yesterday when it aired during the time of the Super Bowl. And I guess they were all. I remember this beer was pretty much all the rage at that time. You know, 4.3 ABV, 99 calorie beer, what it says on the website. Horrible score all across the board. Beer Advocate, the Alston Brothers, or the Bros. Um, Rate Beer gives it a 0 overall and a 2. That's right, 2 for the style. As you can see, what my beer looks like in my nice glass. Standard lager. That's a light lager, and Rate Beer says pale lager. And, no fuzz, no head on top, as you can see. Smelling it right now. It does have a little hop aroma to it, not much, but little. Has a nice little some rice smell. I definitely get that a little bit in there. So on to the taste. It's refreshing. I will say that. Very refreshing. And we're still in summer. We're still in August. It is still freaking hot. To live in the southeast, but I remember I did a review of this with Ronald J. Terrio and our Wednesday night group, and we were kind of like, it's all right, Some of us were saying it's a light beer, some were saying it's a lager. This is Budweiser 2, just without the calories and all that, and the high ABV. Budweiser's 5% ABV. This is 4.3. And Bud Light, the world's best-selling beer, their sales is 4.2. So I'm eating finishing up some dinner right here. Black Eyed Peas. I'm ready to go to the movies. Go see Ben Hur. Even though it didn't do well in the box office, but I'm going to see it anyway. It's $5 on Tuesday night special. Yeah, it says premium light beer. I mean, it's what it is. I mean, what's the difference between this and Bud Light? Really, no difference. Just the calories. I think Bud Light is 102, 103 calorie beer, and this is 99 calories. So what's the big difference? Really, this is all in response to Michelob Ultra. Yes, Anheuser-Busch do not only compete with other folks, but also they'll compete amongst themselves. And Michelob Ultra is part of the Anheuser-Busch family. But Michelob Ultra came out in 2002. It was all the talk, the rage. People really love the advertising. The advertising mostly was helped by Lance Armstrong, of course, the Tour de France champion, the American hero. And come to find out, he was juiced. Anyway, um, helped sales of that beer, and the beer really took off. Really, and even Anheuser-Busch were surprised. But a lot of that was helped, of course, by Mr. Armstrong's involvement. And of course, the theme was lifestyle, healthiness, being healthy, being fit, drinking something that, I love beer, but I don't want all the added stuff to it, the carbs and this, and, whatever. So You had this come out, and also there's the Bud Select 55, which is a lighter, very light than this. So that's about, I think, two. I think it's 2.9 or 3% alcohol by volume. It's very light. And then you have Michelob, not Michelob. You have Miller 64, which also got into the competition as well to compete with Michelob Ultra. That's even lighter than that. Uh, I don't know what I know they're popular with a lot of people who really want to take their health seriously, and I understand, but I think there are other beers out there. They're just as good and light and a lot more enjoyable. That you won't pay a lot of money. This is about $6.59 for a 6 pack of this. Um, Sorry. It's okay, but I think for a 24 pack you can get, and something that is very light within that range or within that, but you're not going to pay a lot for it. Bush Light again, Old Milwaukee Light. Old Milwaukee Light's 3.8%, 3.9 ABV, and that's light as it get, but it tastes more like a lager. Um, Michelob, as I mentioned, Old Milwaukee Light. Milwaukee's Best Light, which is 4.1. And then there's a couple other. There's a new one out right now that's on the market. It's sold only at Walmart stores. That's Rockdale Light. You saw my review of that. You'll see. But that's like 3.5%. Jenny Light, another budget light beer. That's also 3.5 or 8 ABV. There are a lot of light beers out there that you can get that are very reasonably priced compared to this. Basically, all this is really, in my opinion, I think it's just Bud Light, but more in a nice half the carbs, half the calories, and it's in a nice looking bottle. So that's kind of how I look at it. But if you're into this and you enjoy it and you can knock a few back, and I'm about to do that right now. Good to do a review in the kitchen. So I'm gonna get one more. I think I'll call it for the call it a day. And of course, folks, super ice cold for these things, and we're in that perfect time right now. It's warm. This is great. Outside, knock a couple of back, enjoy, But again, as the beers I mentioned earlier, just now, I would probably pick those over this one. But I'm going to give Bud Select a. I'm going to be nice. 6.5. I'll give it that score for it. It's not a horrible beer, but you know, it'll do for now. And as I said, I just think there are others that are better than this, but I'm sure my significant other likes it. She's the Bud Light queen. She loves Bud Light. And now she's good. She's starting to like Ultra too, which is never thought that would happen. But anyway, 6.5 score for me on Bud Select or Budweiser Select. If you've had this and you think it deserves a higher score, leave your thoughts and comments on the bottom. John Anderson Pierre, the Beer Ramble, telling you keep on watching, and as always, cheers. Bing.